This week I taught the song Remember by Passion, and it's such a big and epic song with these big open chord changes, and the electric guitar really needs to hold that down. But there are some other parts kind of buried in there. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit how they really get a nice big sound, and if you've got a second electric guitar player, you can totally do this. And they mainly utilize droning notes. And we can use this in a lot of scenarios. I'm going to utilize it right now in the key of E, and we're just going to talk about how you can work with this. So anytime that you have a song that is in a key of an open string that you have, right? So I'm going to use this high E for the moment. And essentially you have your whole scale on either any note that's above it or below it that you can play along, and you can keep that open string droning. So for example, the riff in Remember, it plays this. It does. That's kind of the little hook it's doing, just following the chord changes. However, if you wanted to, you could, if you had a second electric guitarist, or maybe you just want to give it a little bit of a different tone, you can utilize that open E and any note in the key of E to kind of walk around within the chord shapes there. So for example, this is my E note. So you see I've got two of the same note there. And as you walk, you can just go up your major scale from this 5th fret. So we know a major scale is a whole step, half, whole, half. And we know that this is like our open string, so essentially we have these notes as well. So what that allows us to do is, rather than just necessarily staying with this one, we could start moving around within that scale and do more of a... And that same thing could work in any other key. If you had a song in the key of B, for example, you got that open B, you can look at where your B note is. In this case, it'd be here, and you could go do those same changes. So you have your whole step, whole, half, whole, half. And then that would allow you to do the same thing. You can move around. Or you could go lower, once again kind of doing the same idea, finding your octave, working your B's. Just different ways that you can kind of fatten some of your riffs and give the song a more epic feel. So down below, I actually have some tabs of just your E major scale along with that open E, so you can just kind of play through it, play around with it, and I suggest trying it along with Remember and seeing if you can come up with something interesting over the top of that chorus.